They'll be calling you a radical. Wow, I shot that video yesterday off the hip. This is gigantic, gigantic on so many levels. And I want to talk about why and why this is so gigantic. I left this exactly tagged that the whistleblower or whoever released this, who they released it to, how they released it, how it's compiled, the amount of people involved, what it doesn't just prove that there's massive contamination into the Pacific Ocean and that we know that there's massive contamination, and it verifies everything that I've said. And you people that are just coming to my videos now, I'll tag this video. I went crazy the morning thereafter. You got to realize I was doing videos on this subject matter before this, and every tag, everything I said, that nuclear fallout gives you leukemia, Fukushima's going to put a lot of people on top, it's going to give you leukemia, it's going to give you leukemia, it's going to give you leukemia. Then I got leukemia. I got a real aggressive form that, so people were able to follow my path through, everybody organized. There was a prayer said for me simultaneously on beaches in Oregon, in Malaysia, in all over the world, in Australia. People joined together and they prayed for me. But anyway, I'm alive. Given very little hope to live. But what this study says is that the marine biologist departments know why this, and this came out of Berkeley, and you've heard me Berkeley. Now why? That is nuclear. Cal Berkeley's the nuclear argument. The greatest marine biologist in the history of mankind. That's Oppenheimer's home. That's where this whole madness was orchestrated. That's John Goff's home. That's where the counterculture emerged from. That's where the fight's been. To understand nuclear is to understand Cal Berkeley. That's where the fight's been. And the nuke energy got on top when they fooled Oppenheimer. Really, they did. I mean, everybody says, oh, it was Oppenheimer, it was Einstein. Just like now. Is it Obama? Just like it was Oppenheimer? No, we see who's got control. Sure isn't Barack Obama. You know, see, that's, I mean, listen to his speech. I mean, I used to be a speechwriter. As he starts off, you can see his passion. He speaks from the heart like he used to do. He's, you know, because he's a writer. You can see he just fades away in his speeches now because he doesn't mean it anymore. It's not passion. It's not. He knows who's got control of him. The marine biologists know. This proves that the marine biologists. And the way this was tagged anonymous, the way this was constructed, the amount of people that's put there. This is out of Berkeley. Berkeley's watching. Berkeley knows. Berkeley's got a hold of all these studies. All these marine biology departments, they have them. As I said, I had the whistleblowers. I hope all these whistleblowers, more of them start to come to me like they did in the early days. I want this to be very, very clear. I was the quintessential news source, Jan and I, Miss Milky the Clown, and Rad Chick, and Jules in the early days. I mean, it was me. And people say, oh, Gunderson, these people, I mean, please, I'll print the emails and show them to everybody early. He's about the money. We are the investigative journalists. As Lucy says, Occupy the NRC, that site, Shane Russell, Marine Burke, all these incredible investigative journals, Jan Brooks, Christina, Jules, myself, we're investigative journalists. We are the she says we are the media now. There are no investigative journalists. Is that a laziness? That's a big part of it. Media video killed the media star. We're the investigative journalists. And what we have on our side, we have, as people know, I got these angels on my side. As we have Michael Hastings, that angel's with us now too. That power saved my life through that window when everybody prayed all over the world. Hundreds and hundreds, thousands, many thousands prayed for me simultaneously. I stood by the window in the bone marrow transplant. I was very, very critical. We have those angels with us. We're doing this not for money. We're not doing this for anything but the truth. Because we're humanitarians, we're earth lovers. We love our lives, we love our children, we love other people, we love humanity, we love the earth. We love the earth. This is a quintessential fight between good and evil. Somebody's broke ranks down there. Now was this, whoever compiled this, and I left it, how beautifully did they tag it? This was built, and who did they tag it to? They wanted this to go to a group of scientists. This went to the site in Europe, not in the United States, in Europe, where scientists communicate with each other. And that site in Europe, it just shows, again, The scientists, they're scientists with some souls that have had enough. They've had enough, and they went ahead and printed it. And our little community that we have out there that is growing, I used to call it my small army. Well, it's all of our small army. It's growing, and we're networking, and we're hard workers, and we're artists, and we're investigative journalists, and we respect each other, and we care about each other, and we dig in, and we help, and we're a small army. We're powerful, very powerful. I need some help on backing up my videos. I'm having some trouble with my hard drives. You know, I need people, TransAlchemy's been helping me with some work, whatnot. I need to get all my videos backed up. As you know, I'm full of AML leukemia. I'm fighting for my life. I got a clean test on September 6th, the first one. My platelets are still low. I've been finally given permission by my doctor to travel. You know, when I went down to Songs, it was part of the doctor said yeah, part of the doctor said no. But I did it anyway. You know, I had very low blood counts. That Lonnie Clark can testify this when I was in Eugene, and Thomas Ackerman's Fukushima painting, which that thing's got a mind of its own. It got me on the arm, and she's seen how I just, you know. But I'm getting healthier and I'm getting stronger daily. But I have a long way to go. I'm on a 3-year, I turned down the bone marrow transplant, one of the first ones in America to do. I have myeloid sarcomas, I did, in my body, very, very critical, and my knowledge is why I'm alive. These doctors will say it all the time, and I have incredible support by these cutting-edge doctors. They really do. There's some old oncologists around here that truly believe in me, truly believe in what I'm up to and what I'm doing, because they're tired of the old ways too. They're tired of watching death. The doctor who saved my lives, father and brother, both died of thyroid cancer. He grew up in central Utah, the cancer capital of the world. And he says, Kevin, I know, you know, before I went in there, he knew me. You know, he knew my work then, before I ever got leukemia, before Fukushima ever happened, because I've been the huge supporter for the atomic veterans. My father was one of them. Human guinea pig in the Nevada test site, but this is a massive, it verifies everything that Jan and I, you know, it's ironic because Jan and I had a long conversation on the phone yesterday, and I says, we've done everything we can do. We've used every piece of creativity we could possibly come up with in our minds, every way to try to fold this into contemporary culture. That's what we've been up to, because there's no wrong or right, there's no popular, and we know that the political apparatus, the jerry-rigging of districts, the dogmatic, the Fox News propaganda machine, the CNN propaganda, this whole thing, we know we have no shot politically. Absolutely, and Barack Obama's speech proves that yesterday, as he tried to tell you, hey, they got a hold of me where I'm all in nuclear, I'm all in fracking, I'm all in Keystone Pipeline. He's plain out said it right to you in that speech. He doesn't run this country. We have no shot politically. Our politicians are bought and paid for. This is pure fascism we live in, so this has to be popular opinion, is our only shot. And I've said for years it has to be done through morality, it has to be through religious leaders, it has to be through moral. I don't care if you're atheist, I don't care if you're Buddhist, I don't care if you're Mormon, I don't care if you're so-called born-again Christian, but you've been hijacked and kidnapped. The type of religion you've been preaching is the devil. You are not. Megan Rice is our hero and our leader. Megan Rice sitting in a prison. That story needs to be told over and over and over. That's how we'll change it. This is a quintessential fight between good and evil has taken control. And I will say this to President Obama. I voted for him both times, because what's the alternative? The Mexican drug cartel, you do know that's who the Romneys are. And I could get into that whole thesis dramatically. I'm a Mormon, 6th generation. I come from infamy. You know, I'm a Mormon historian. That's what I did. I'm a socioeconomist. I'm here in Utah, right here. I'm the Mormon historian. Everybody knows it around here. I'm the walking, talking history book around here. Everybody knows it. Because I lived to tell 1986. Look, if he's truly a Christian, he preaches to be a Christian over and over. There's one thing he could do to prove his Christianity. Free Megan Rice. It's her only. Megan Rice is a peaceful activist. I've locked arms with her many times. She is the greatest. You know, so many of us are. Anybody who's any kind of peaceful, she's a peaceful activist. She's peaceful, pure peaceful. She's a little 100-pound, sweet, sweet little old lady whose parents are the greatest activists in the history of mankind, the human rights activist. She's about love and peace, and she's an incredible woman. She's sitting in a prison for peaceful, peaceful protest, charged with terrorism. As she says she gladly set her free, President Obama. Because anybody who, as I say it, the prosecutor and all this apparatus is smashed down, the people who killed Hastings, the whole party that takes care. May God have mercies on your soul. All you fake Christians, may God have mercy on your souls. Free her. Free her. This is a quintessential fight between good and evil. This is a big, big, big story. The scientist world, he said, I left it just like the anonymous tagged it. Just like, I left it just like that. Boy, did they say that perfect. Stay tuned.